let's go.
Oh no. Okay. My name's Chelsea, and I'm from Alaska. And okay, so my story. In 2009, I got bit by a bunch of ticks in Northern California, and I didn't really think much of it. They were really attracted to me for some reason. I was outside a lot. It was an internship, and even after that, I went to a medical clinic, and I asked if they would test me because I knew it was a possibility, and they refused because I didn't have like a bullseye. And then about like half a year later, I stopped sleeping. I started stopping sleeping. And it was like one day, and it was weird because it was like I always slept good my whole life, and one day it was just like, oh, I didn't sleep, and I don't know why I didn't sleep. And then it just progressed, and into even 2 weeks at a time. So I haven't slept normally and much for 15 years. And it's just hard to function. But and then brain cognitive decline, can't think of words. It's hard to have meaningful relationships because it's hard to communicate. And fatigue, just tired a lot. But that could all just be insomnia. And I was never attracted to taking something like a medicine for that because I knew it wouldn't address the problem. And I want to find out the problem. And my dad is a medical doctor, and I didn't know there were naturopaths, really, till recently. And my train of thought I lost. So anyway, I tried melatonin, just make me groggy. GABA, you name it, all the natural options for that. Sometimes they'd work for a little bit and then they just wouldn't. Sometimes I try to cycle them. But just, I call it mental agony, just when you're trying to sleep and you can't fall asleep ongoing. So jump to, in 2021, I had my daughter, who's my driving force. But then I started getting rashes. I started to get rashes everywhere, really big ones, and just all over my arms and legs. And then I found this naturopath. Well, first, actually, my dad diagnosed me with Lyme because he had a patient come in, and gave him a book. And she said, you need to read this if you're going to be my doctor. And then he had a connection with me. So he diagnosed me, and I was positive on both tests. So then I started seeing a naturopath, and she helped me with an herbal protocol that helped the skin go down. But I feel like I'm just always at toxic overload, because I'll get even I have them now, but I'll start getting the dots that started, and then the rashes just get bigger and bigger. And usually when I see those, I take a NAC and glutathione, and then work out really well, and they go away. But I'm always at that level where my skin's gonna tell me, it's the last one to tell me, crap, you need to do something about this. So, and I started seeing a naturopath that specialized in Lyme. He had his own protocol, which was similar, and I did that for 6 months, and I was really hopeful about that. And then after 6 months, I didn't notice any difference, and then he was like, oh, then you could probably just stop taking them. And then it was just like hopelessness again. And then just this spring, I found Michelle Slater's book, and so grateful to her for writing it. And then I found Dr. Filonov, and I really believe in this. Like, it resonates. It's ancient. It's wise. He's humble. Like, it's all the good things. Medicine is just, like, my dad was trying to get me to take a round of doxycycline or whatever, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like something I want to do. I just, I have it's late stage. It's not something I can catch now. Like, and it's just money driven, and I know there's so many just darknesses behind it. There's a time and place, but it's just overrun with money. And this is reasonable. This coming here, it's all reasonable. So these are good values to follow. So I'm here, and I'm just so happy to be here. I believe in this so much. I think it's the way. I think it's the way to live in a toxin-saturated society. It's gonna be a lifestyle, and I'm just so happy that I can help everyone. I've been really talking to everyone since finding it. I've been talking to everybody about it, and a lot of people are like, oh, that sounds crazy, but I told everyone that means something. That's a big part of my life. I told them I don't want to hear any negativity about it because I'm doing it, and I need to believe, I'm doing this, and there's no reason to hear any of that. And so everyone's been lovely. And my husband's been lovely and super supportive because he's seen me struggling. And I'm just so happy that I'll be able to do this for my daughter too. And who knows what she might have. She has something. She's been having a hard time too. So anyway, I'm just so happy to be here. So it's my 4th day of fasting and day 2 of the retreat. And I was going to talk a little bit about family and friend support when I told them. Because I am telling everybody. At first I was thinking I shouldn't maybe tell anybody, and then I always end up telling everybody everything anyway, so I just let go of that. I'll pass someone on the street, and I told everyone on the airplane, and yeah. But I think the more that people hear it, the better, even if their first reaction is, oh, that's insane. Because hopefully they'll hear it again, and maybe they'll hear it from someone who did it next time. On my way home, I can speak to everybody again. But so I told everyone, and I actually got really good support. I mean, I could tell from aunts and certain people that they were really worried, or they'd talk amongst themselves, or they talk to my mom or dad. But my mom and dad trust me, and they know that I can make my own decisions. And they know I'm going to, regardless. And friends, too, I have a group of friends that are really into alternative medicine already. Organic living, just open-minded people. My husband has been amazing. He's into it. I hope that he'll come next time. I would like my daughter to do it when she can. I think she's going to need to. what else I was going to say? I mean, there's so much counter knowledge. There's so much knowledge, pseudo knowledge. There's so much of everything. And in America and maybe everywhere, especially America, I feel like, because that's what I know. But there's just so much against this kind of thing. So you're going to die in 3 days without water. I've already gone 4. I've already done 5.5 at home. I'm around people that have done a couple weeks, Dr. Filonov, right? But people in this room that have done, 9, 10. And the thing that this doesn't, it's all within yourself. You don't need to pay a bunch of money. So the money is the thing that keeps this knowledge from coming up, from being kept away. And our system as well is just overrun with big money, big pharma. So anyway, I'm here and I'm giving it my all. I believe in it, and I think it's the way. So I'm wearing my glasses here now, which I'm really nearsighted, farsighted, one of those. But in the lecture today, Dr. Filonov said that your body will recognize and then work on what it recognized that you need help with. So he's had people actually get their vision back. So he wants me to not wear glasses as much as possible, and even when I'm walking around. So today is day 3 of the retreat, and it's my 5th day of dry fast, which I've done. So tomorrow morning, I will have been where I've been before. So all summer, I worked up towards the 5 full days. So tomorrow day will be new. And I have my Desert Vibes shirt on, which I bought specifically for this process. And I'm wearing it on this auspicious occasion because I'm almost halfway. And so some symptoms I've been feeling really dry. I've been getting like jittery too, just kind of uncontrolled jitters, slower than usual, out of breath. Hiking is hard, but I'm still doing it, and that's important to the process too. And I have a tolerance to cold and wind, which normally I am bundled up at any kind of slight wind. I'm just usually always cold. So that's been actually really nice. I wore a dress today and I was outside in the windy morning and it was so lovely. And I haven't been sleeping, which is kind of my thing. But I have zombie brain right now. But I get that a lot. But it's not fun. And I'll try to remember what I want to tell you. And I'm just deeply tired. So what do I do when I'm consciously awake all night? Well, Dr. Filonov in his lecture yesterday gave some really neat points on how to get your body into a state of relaxation where you can sleep, because it's insomnia during the fast is common. So calming music, specific breathing exercise, and then tensing of your body, extreme tensing that actually gets you into relaxation. And then visualization, that just a natural, nice visualization that you incorporate yourself into. And I tried all of those things several times, and then some things from my usual repertoire, but it's just not happening. So I decided to tap into that emotional cleansing aspect of dry fasting, and lost a lot of water in the process, which I feel like I need to figure out a balance between that, because the emotional cleansing is something I really need, and I want to take advantage of that, and then I really need to conserve my water. And today I feel really dry. But I started messaging my mom, and I was telling her, because, well, it's 2 a.m. here, it's like 4 a.m. there, so it's a more reasonable time to talk about these things. But, so I was telling her the things that I was never able to tell her, because my family just bundles things inside, and they, it's just something we've always done that's backed by generational trauma, and but it felt really good to open up, and it was specifically talking about when I became a mom, and I don't want to point fingers at my mom. She's just the one that's there, but it's a societal problem, where the children are, everyone's so happy about the child. It's all about the child, but the mother who's raising the child and raising a future generation is not valued, isolated, unsupported, and just not given any kind of personal care towards them. Simple little things, even making them a meal, saying nice things. So I think it's good. I think it's really something I want to do. Is I want to have more, I want to break these barriers we've created and have more real, meaningful, honest relationships with people I love. So that's a gift, to be able to try to address that. And I tried at 2 in the morning. And I also want her to be honest with me, because I have so many things as well. So I think it's the beginning of something good. And maybe every night I'll just, hey Dad, hey Brennan, my brother, but being fair, too, about it, of course, because there's always two sides. But, so I just wanted to end with something special about being here, that I just realized, and it's about sleeping on the beach, which I've never done before. I didn't really sleep, but just being on the beach at night with the stars and the healing sounds of the wind and the waves, and you're right there. And yesterday I went for like an hour because I was by myself, and then I got feeling vulnerable, especially when like this dark figure walked past. But anyway, someone just taking a walk. But anyway, so the air was kind of warmer, and it was lovely and drier, but the night before, the air was moist and cool and absolutely luscious and extremely intoxicating. And I've never been much of a recreational drug user, but I am needing to get my fix of that air. It is day 4 of the retreat, and I'm on my 6th day of dry fast, and I haven't really talked today. I've been trying not to talk, and I've been feeling better not talking. So I was gonna mention about being at this place. There's a little hill close by with a pine forest on it, and it's right above the ocean. And it's just nice to have a place, if you have a connection with nature, and especially find solace and sanctuary in forests, that it's nearby. You just have to get up the hill, which is not that big. And I realized today I can't do it again because I don't have the energy. My heart has been my chest has been starting to hurt since I did it. I just did it really slowly, stopped every few steps, but I laid down my mat under this beautiful smelling pine tree, and it was just right. I missed lecture, but Svetlana recorded it. She's got your back here, and that also feels really good. I was just thinking to talk about, for those people that might have littles at home, and I'll probably cry at this one, because I have a daughter she'll be 4 soon, and it's hard to leave them. I've never left her for a night before coming here. I always sing her lullabies and greet her in the morning, and spend my day together. So, but this is the time to do it. You don't want to wait, because then you're losing time. You're losing time with those people that you care about the most. And I want to have good energy and being able to keep up with her and not be just running on nothing, because I don't at home so much. I just haven't had life, a lot of times. So to get that as soon as I can is really important. But it also means leaving those people, which has also been good too. There's 2 sides, because even though I come to this retreat that is not what you think of as a retreat. Friends were joking, next retreat maybe you can, go to retreat sometime where you get all this, food and luxury and spa-like atmosphere and gentle massages and everything. But you have that same thing here. It's just intense because you're getting out something that needs to get out, and it takes that. So I was just going to share a little bit about what I did to prepare for leaving. So I kind of went overboard probably, but I made us necklaces, and they're puzzle piece necklaces. It's out of wood, and they fit together to make a circle, kind of like a yin-yang. So she has a piece, and I have a piece. And when we see each other, we can fit them together and feel whole again. I made a flip book of countdown of every day. So there's 18 days on there, because I came 2 days early, because I wanted to start early, have more time on exit. So I made a flip book, and it has pictures of us and butterfly stickers and counting down numbers. She's learning numbers. So we have that, and then she can draw on the top side. She draws me a picture every day. And what else did I do? Oh, I have a jar of notes. So I've been thinking of more here and then texting them to my husband. And I have this jar that my mom gave me because I loved tigers as a kid. And it's a little box, and it's a mommy tiger on her back with a baby tiger on her. And you can open it up. And so he puts the notes in there so that she can have daily notes from me. And he said that she's really been liking the notes. So I've been thinking of more here. I just wrote a couple more today, which were more meaningful. And that was a nice thing about being with the trees too. What else did I do? I cooked a bunch of stuff. Muffins, bread, sourdough rolls. Made a bunch of popsicles. They're just fruit. We're completely clean diet. Organic as well. Other things, bars, energy bars with, apricots and hemp seeds and stuff. Oats. So I did that, and then I'm trying to think, what else? Anyway, it just made me feel better having left those things, so she knows that I'm thinking of her. And what I feel like here without her. I cried for her the first night really hard. And then I wished I had taken something like one of her stuffies. We didn't do that. We didn't do the thing for me. And I wish I had her pick one out, because that would be nice to hold sometimes. But she did make me this shirt with her drawings, which has been sweet to have. So just thinking of those kinds of things for you, that if this is like you, that you could have and give. That would make you both feel better. But the time is really good. The separation time for me. I think for her too. Because we're like two peas in a pod, It's just been us. My husband does 24-hour shifts and stuff, so I'm her constant. But I'm so tired. Like, so incredibly, deeply exhausted that this is such a rest for me. To be here doing this really difficult thing is amazing. To not have, to always be pushed. And the separation too, because, we're just dealing with a lot at home too. She's dealing with a lot, and so separation from that negative aspect of life is good too. I was trying to think if there was anything else I could tell you about having a little. I wish you could send me questions. I don't know who you are, if you're going to watch this, but maybe you can reach out somehow. But I was going to also I was going to talk a little about the treatments so far. So I'm going to show you my belly. So this was the first day. Can you see it? The first day, so Anastasia does my treatments, and she's Dr. Filonov's youngest daughter, and she's really nice. She's a really nice person. Everyone's a blessing here. But so she does my treatments, and she gave me a whole organ massage. Everything is intense, but it feels so good because you need to get it. You need to help that out. If you just do all the nice stuff, it feels nice and you feel relaxed, but you're not actually getting anything. So she did that, and she was working on my liver, and then she did cupping. This was from 4 days ago. Yeah, and this is right over my liver. And then the next day, was that all that? Yeah. And then the next day, she did a bee sting on top of it. So I got a bee sting there, and then all down my back, she did these saline solution injections down all of the muscles of my back. Maybe there was like 40 injections. They're very acute feeling. But again, you want to get it. You want this. So I do. I just yeah, lay it on me, because the more you can do, I feel like the better it'll be. So that happened, and then yesterday she did a very strong back massage on those muscles, and again, very strong, but also felt good in that way that we're getting at it. And then she gave me 2 more bee stings above, right over the kidney area on my back. And then a full row of cupping I'd show you too, but I don't know how I'm gonna, but cut like that, just all over my back, maybe 8. Yeah, I haven't been to treatment today, but I'm excited to do it. Yeah, so that's what I was gonna share today. I wasn't really wanting to wear this, but they suggested, because it can help you not to talk, and people know you don't want to talk. And then the thought of everything. So we have these hats, and I didn't really like the hat because it's more if people are feeling aggressive. I think it has a kangaroo with fighting gloves on. So, but they have these buttons that say "Silence is golden," and so am I. So I'm gonna wear this hat today. I didn't really leave my room today because it's hard to walk. There's just like a big pressure here. And then anytime I move, my heart rate goes up really fast. So I'm going to treatment here after this, and I was just gonna talk about that because I just confused because I don't know what I should feel or what's okay. So that'll be good to talk to them. And I'm hoping I can hobble along, even if it's just I can lay in bed for the next couple days. I'm totally fine with that. I'm just hoping I can keep going because I need to get rid of this. So I just want to keep going. I did bring this too, which is a hiking pole, which might come in handy as well. I'm done for today. It is day 6 of the retreat, and it's my first day of exit. Yesterday I went to treatment, and my heart rate was high even at resting period, and I was pushing a little and saying that what if I just, why don't we try it again when I'm just laying in bed? I just really didn't want to, stop. But then after treatment, I wired it out. So we called that, and it's a good thing too. And I was feeling kind of defeated, little bit, but Svetlana and all the crew really helped me realize that I did as much as my body could do. That's all I can do. And that I'm on a journey, and it's not over. And that's right, I'm on a journey. It's not over. I think I'm done. It's day 8 of the retreat and day 3 of exit. And I just wanted to talk about the level of care here. It's something I've never experienced before, and it's wonderful. They've thought of everything. Svetlana even made homemade tooth powder, hair wash, and body wash that doesn't have chemicals.
so you don't get that on your body. And mandalas to color. There's just all these little details that are so sweet. And the therapists are wonderful. I've had Anastasia mostly. Today I had Olga, and they're both Dr. Filonov's daughters. And then Ivan is Olga's husband, and he seems very sweet too, but they just have loving hands. They're healing in that way too. I mean, it's pretty harsh, some of the practices, but it's also getting at it. And Dr. Filonov as well. For some reason, I was expecting like a important Russian doctor, you know, to be kind of, but he's like super sweet too. I mean, he can be harsh, but he's also like, yeah, just very loving. It's like a family, and I feel so well taken care of, and you will too when you get here. It's day 9 of the retreat and day 4 of exit. And I feel amazing. I feel such a sweet calm about me, just about everybody actually. Something I've never experienced like this before. I feel like I could just go around like, you know, which is interesting because it's the sea is wild today, so it's an interesting contrast. I've been sleeping amazingly, like I haven't in 15 years, days in a row, and it just feels wonderful. I don't know what else to say. It's day 10 of the retreat and my 5th day of exit. And today's going to be the last day I talk to you. There's actually 12 days in the retreat. But I'm going to wrap it up here. And I just wanted to say that for me, my journey isn't over yet, that I'm on it, and that I'm going to keep continuing with this method of healing that I resonate so deeply with, my whole being. And I'm excited to go home and bring it to my family too, so that we can all become healthier and our highest selves. And I wanted to say that this is not difficult. I mean, it's difficult, but it's a blink, and a whole life of chronic illness, years and decades, is difficult, is extremely difficult. So comparatively, this is nothing. And I wanted to say to you that you've made it here, and you have something sacred in your hands, and it's your life. To quote Mary Oliver, tell me, what do you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?